Good evening. I wish to call the Lee County Board of Commissioners to order this Monday, October 21st of 2024. If you would be so kind to stand for the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody.
I'll get it for you. You got it?
Commissioner Reeves, good to see you, sir.
Thank you. I'd like to personally thank the board, the staff, and the public for their thoughts and prayers in my absence. It's not been fun, but I'm still above ground. And I checked every meeting to make sure nobody was in my seat, so thank you all.
Amen, sir. Okay, we have the agenda in front of you. The only thing I have is to remove item 2H from the consent agenda, and that will come up at a future meeting. So removing 2H from the consent agenda. Any other additional items for the agenda? Seeing none, do I have a
Motion to approve agenda as amended.
motion's been made to approve the agenda as amended. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. You have the consent agenda in front of you as amended.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Motion's been made to approve the consent agenda as amended. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. I do have a special presentation, and I would ask that the veterans, as well as, and we'll recognize you, sir, you don't have to come up with us. This is a resolution supporting Operation Greenlight for active military service members in transition to civilian life or veteran status. Whereas the citizens of Lee County have great respect, admiration, and the utmost gratitude for all of the men and women who have selflessly served their country and this county in the armed forces. And whereas the contribution and sacrifices of the men and women that serve in the armed forces have been vital in maintaining the freedoms and the way of life enjoyed by our citizens. And whereas Lee County seeks to honor these individuals who have paid the high price for freedom by placing themselves in harm's way for the good of all. And whereas Lee County veterans population today totals 4,352, and whereas veterans continue to serve this county in the Lee County Veterans Council, American Legion, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Disabled American Veterans, the Marine Corps League, schools, church groups, civil service, and whereas 3 veterans serve on the Lee County Board of Commissioners, and where a veteran serves on the Lee County Board of Education, and whereas Lee County is the home of the North Carolina Veterans Memorial and the newly dedicated North Carolina Disabled Veterans Memorial, and whereas Lee County appreciates all the sacrifices made by our United States military personnel while defending freedom, and we believe affording special recognition to them in demonstrating appreciation of their service to honor and support. Therefore be it resolved that Lee County hereby declares from November 6th through November 12th, 2024, designating as green light for military service, a time to salute and honor the service and sacrifice of our personnel in uniform, transitioning from active service, and be it further resolved that in observance of Operation Greenlight, the Lee County Board of Commissioners encourages its citizens in a patriotic tradition to recognize the importance of honoring all those immeasurable sacrifices that help preserve our freedoms by displaying a green light in their place of business or residence from November 6th through November 12th, 2024. Presented this 21st day of October, 2024, signed by me and soon by the clerk to the board. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Motion's been made to approve the resolution supporting Operation Greenlight for active military service members in transition to civilian life, veteran status. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We'd like to get a picture.
That's a fact. That's a fact. She's a winner.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I think it would be appropriate if, before we do the official signing of this resolution, that we go back and list the individual names in the document itself.
For the Board of Commissioners?
Well, and the
All
gentleman in the,
veterans.
yeah, who came today as well.
Okay,
The veteran we're recognizing.
okay. So you wish to amend the resolution by including the names of those that we presented this
That's
evening? We can do that.
Remember, it's not as good as you think it is.
I appreciate that. And I would be remiss in not recognizing the family members, especially the wives and husbands of service members and veterans. I can't say enough that my wife, for the 20 years, 9 months, 12 days I was in the Army, the bulk of that time she raised our two sons with minimal supervision on my part in many cases. So a testament goes out to the spouses as well. So we appreciate the families. Is that a motion, sir?
Yes, sir.
Motion's been made to modify the resolution to incorporate the names of, I got Gary's name, Kyla, the members of the board that are veterans. And I'll add that. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, sir. We don't have anybody signed up for public comments, but I would like to recognize our youth council member who's attending this evening, Alana Terwilliger. And of course, we have our 4-H director, Pam Curley, here. So Alana, if you have any questions, just come back up and let us know. Next item on the agenda is under old business is Lee County Athletic Park construction change orders. Brandon is here.
Good evening, Commissioners, Chairman. This is a request for change orders at the park, athletic park. Lee County issued notice to proceed to Sanford contractors to begin work on the park back in November of 2023. Work continues today and in accordance with the original schedule with minimal impact regarding the weather that we've had. These change orders are requested tonight and are items discovered during the construction and are for the overall benefit of the park. PCO 014 is a duct bank reduction credit. This is a reduction of cement over electrical conduit that's not needed in certain areas where we'll be driving, so it was a cost savings opportunity identified by Sanford. PCO 015, the entrance at Highway 42, we're holding back the asphalt pavement connection while 42 expansion continues. Once that expansion is completed, that contractor, Boggs Contracting, will make that connection. PCO 016, fields 9 and 10, as they were graded out, we noticed standing water on the side of the fields with all the rain that we had, identified the problem and identified some solutions with McAdams and Sanford and implemented additional drainage around the field to move the water. PCO 017.2, it's regarding the irrigation system. The system was originally designed with calculations based on the system being installed. After construction, testing was done on the system and water pressure was not sufficient to support the irrigation system as designed. The solution was to add 2 booster pumps to power, get the appropriate water pressure needed to cover the entire park. That has been vetted thoroughly. We had several conversations back and forth between Sanford, McAdams, and Lee County, and we feel this is the best solution to move forward. And those are the change orders being presented for a total of $168,688.69. If there's any question, I do have Sanford Contractors and McAdams Engineering here for any technical questions. So,
Questions for Ryan? Commissioner Sharp?
No, I don't have any.
Commissioner Reeves?
None.
Commissioner Vorbeck?
I just have one question. The total at the end was the 168,000 and a few numbers. Is that including the savings?
correct. There's
Okay.
2 credits
The
incorporated.
2 credits, okay, and the credit, okay. That sounds good. Thank you.
Commissioner Connect?
Good, thank you.
Commissioner Lovett?
No questions, thank you.
Commissioner Carver?
No question.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the change orders?
So moved.
Motion's been made to approve the change order request for $168,688.69 to keep construction moving forward at the Lee County Athletic Park. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. And the next item on the agenda is the O.T. Sloan Park Accessibility Project bid acceptance.
Correct.
You're still here.
So this project has been ongoing for some time. The original project included pavilion, restroom renovations, seating, retaining wall, playground surfacing, playground entry gates, sidewalk, parking, striping for handicap spaces, parking improvements, landscaping, site preparation, lighting, site furnishings, and fencing. So we went out to bid in February of 2024. We did not receive 3 bids. We went back out to bid in March 21st, 2024. We received 3 bids. All 3 of those were over. Our lowest bidder was $125,000 over. Internal work to reduce the project, the scope of the project, and Joseph Keel, Parks and Rec Director, worked with the state to reduce the scope of the project and get it approved through the grant. So we did receive that approval. We're receiving the same amount for the grant with the reduced work. That went back out to bid, and we received 3 bids, with the lowest bid being slightly over, and we needed to work with the architect and the contractor for reductions to allow for some contingency. We achieved both of those reductions. Working with Withers Ravenel Architect, we reduced $18,312 from construction administration, which will be handled by development service in-house. And with the Sanford contractors, they were able to deduct just over $4,000 from their base bid, allowing the project to be able to move forward. The ask tonight is approval for this project, acceptance.
Questions for Ryan? Commissioner Carver?
No question.
Commissioner Levick,
No questions, thank you.
Commissioner Connect,
Thank you.
Commissioner Vorbeck,
No, sir.
Commissioner Reeves,
No.
Commissioner Sharp.
None, thank you.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the lowest bid submission for the Otis Sloan Accessibility Project from Sanford Contractors Incorporated?
So moved.
Motion's been made to approve the lowest bid submission for the Otis Sloan Accessibility Project from Sanford Contractors Incorporated. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next item is 5C, which is the USDA lease for space located at the McSwain Center. You going to take care of this, Whitney?
So if you recall, this was on the board meeting in September. The USDA does lease approximately 4,180 square feet at the McSwain Center. The renewal was on at the September 16th board meeting, and at that time, the amendment was that the USDA was proposing was for $7.53 a square foot, which would be $31,538.04 per year, and they proposed that for January 1, 2024 through December 31st, 2028. At the meeting, the board asked to go and negotiate a new price with the USDA, and upon conferring with the tax office, we proposed a tax rate increase of $13 a square foot for an annual rent amount of $54,418. The USDA was agreeable with that amount and has offered to pay it effective October 1st of 2024. And so the new proposed lease is attached, which would extend the lease until December 31st, 2028 at that same $13 a square foot for that time.
Questions for Whitney? Commissioner Sharp?
None.
Commissioner Reeves?
Do we have any other property that we're renting to them? That might wanna go-
No, sir.
That's right. Thank you.
Commissioner Vorbeck?
What was the previous lease term? Was 5
Yes.
normal?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no other questions. Thanks for going back.
Commissioner Connect?
Good, thank you.
Commissioner Levick?
Just great negotiations, I love it, thank you.
Commissioner Carver?
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment that applies to this and also 3 other things on our schedule. One has to do with the change order for Lee County Library, the change order associated with the athletic park, and then the O.T. Sloan thing. I think what this reflects is the attention to detail of our staff and the fact that they've set contingencies that work, and they also work really hard to stay within the bids. And looking at, especially with the O.T. Sloan thing and all the things they had to do and the hoops they had to go through, it speaks to the rapport that they have with the people doing the work also, because they're willing to help us get there. So my hat goes off to them. I appreciate the hard work that they do. Thank you.
Do I have a motion to consider the lease with the USDA for space located at the McSwain Center?
So moved.
Motion's been made. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you. And I'll just toot Commissioner Vorbeck's horn there because she was the one that initiated renegotiation.
I was going to recognize her, but I didn't want to embarrass her.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Under new business, consideration of appointment of James Murray to the Fire Advisory Board. This is going to take just a few minutes. And Whitney?
I'll take that one as well. So Mr. Murray has submitted a reappointment for the Fire Advisory Board. He has served on the board since 2020. We are asking, due to his recent retirement from his position, if we could designate Mr. Murray in the general public position and move Mr. Womble to business industry, and their terms will remain the same. So it's just that designation as to what seat they serve. The application was provided to the board separately, and so we're just asking for a vote on that tonight.
Any questions? Commissioner Carver?
No question.
Commissioner Levick?
Is he Jim Murray that used to work at Pfizer?
Yes.
Motion to approved. Couldn't happen.
Motion's been made to approve the appointment of James Murray to the general public and reappoint Mr. Wamble to the business representative on the Fire Advisory Board. Continue on. Any further questions? Commissioner Connect?
Thank you.
Commissioner Warbeck?
No, sir.
Commissioner Reeves?
No.
Commissioner Sharp?
None.
All right, seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the monthly financial report. Sorry, Candace, we caught up fast.
Good evening. The September 2024 monthly financial report is attached for your review. The ad valorem tax collections are at 18.32% of the adopted budget. At this point in the fiscal year, we are expected to have used no greater than 25% of our expenditures. However, there are some departments that appear to be over this target due to the inclusion of encumbrances. If those encumbrances are excluded, some do remain over that target due to the payment of annual dues, maintenance, and other type agreements. The July 2024 sales tax report is also attached for your review. As a reminder, these reports do run 3 months behind. Our sales tax was at 28.61% above the same period last fiscal year. We will be monitoring sales tax very closely going forward due to the potential per capita revenue changes as a result of Hurricane Helene. And any adjustments that may need to be made will be brought before the board as soon as the information is made available.
Questions for Candace? Commissioner Sharp?
None, thanks.
Commissioner Reeves? Commissioner Vorbeck?
Would you mind explaining what the per capita would be?
It's per the population.
Okay, okay.
Commissioner Connect?
Thank you.
Commissioner Lovick?
No questions, thank you.
Commissioner Carver?
None.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the county manager's monthly report. Glad to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. So, on the Lee County Athletic Park, the building construction, all 5 buildings are erected and dried in with masonry walls and roofing being installed with focus on exterior walls and metal roofing. Cement pads have been installed under the shelters for restroom and field house buildings. As far as field construction goes, the baseball fields are near completion with drainage, irrigation, sand, and clay installed, with sod to be installed in the spring of 2025. Fencing and scoreboards are also being installed around the baseball fields. The field construction crew, Precision Turf, is now beginning work on the synthetic turf multipurpose fields with surveying and drainage installation underway. Multipurpose fields 8, 9, and 10 have rough grading underway now that NCDEQ, or North Carolina Department of Environmental Quality, approved removal for some of the remaining erosion ponds. Field lighting is installed on about 75% of the site and will be completed once rough grading is completed on fields 8, 9, and 10. Site construction, the entire site has base asphalt layer installed on all parking lots and roads. As construction nears completion, a final top layer of asphalt will be installed. Construction work is focusing on lighting installation for streets and walkways and grading for sidewalks over the site. Staff is also coordinating with playground contractor on timing for delivery and installation. And you've already heard the discussion on the change orders tonight. As far as Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the park projects go, Kiwanis Children's Park, Mark's Construction has completed most of the new sidewalks throughout the park and grading for the new playground installation. Churchill, the contractor responsible for the bathroom renovation, playgrounds, and shelter installation, has started renovation on the bathroom with paint on the interior and exterior, as well as coordinating for new plumbing fixtures and hardware. The playground has been installed with mulch around the play area. The shelter has been delivered on site, and Churchill is working to lay out and start installation. Mark's Construction is to complete the sidewalks and shelter pad after the restroom and shelter are constructed. You've already had the discussion on OT Sloan, so you know where we stand on that. Library building project, obviously this is a CMR construction manager project facilitated by Samet and Sanford contractors for the construction of the new library. Notice to proceed for the construction was issued to the CMR on September 26, 2024, and work has started with surveying, silt fence installation, and tree clearing as the main focus. The current target for completion is early 2026. We hope we have as good a weather through the winter as what we've had for the park project. Historic Courthouse, the Historic Courthouse renovation project currently focuses on roof replacement with alternates for masonry repairs and stormwater management. The project bid was held July 19th through August 29th after being extended 1 week at the request of the design firm. Only one bid was received for the project, which requires a second bid period to allow for additional bid submissions. A rebid was opened on October 10th, 2024, and Lee County received 6 bid submissions. Hobbs Architects is currently reviewing to certify all bids and confirm the lowest bidder. Lee County is also reviewing the overall project budget. Preliminary review of the lowest bid and overall project budget shows value engineering could be necessary to reduce the overall cost in order to keep within budget. This project is predominantly funded under the Emergency Supplemental Historic Preservation Fund grant. Additional funding of $185,000 and a deadline extension to December 2026 was provided for the grant. Horton parking lot improvements. As you know, back in December, you decided that you wanted to improve the parking options at Horton Park and Pool. We've engaged J. Thomas Engineering to help us with that. The current design adds a smaller drive through the parking lot just below the pool area and the bathhouse, adding 17 designated parking spots and eliminating unsafe parking conditions along Washington Avenue. The project is out to bid with planned bid opening date of October 24th, 2024. There's really been no change at the Lee County Government Center with that generator situation. And also that is really it, other than the upcoming meeting dates that you can see there. So I'm not going to bore you and read through all those. I will remind you that the county offices will be closed November 11th for Veterans Day. Okay.
Questions for Lisa? Commissioner Sharp?
None, thanks.
Commissioner Reeves?
I've just got one regarding the Horton Park. We had talked about a permanent marker for the Horton Park.
Okay. Do you have an update on that, Jennifer? They're working on it.
Okay. Is your mic working?
Working on it means you're gonna get it done, I hope. Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Vorbeck?
No, sir.
Commissioner Connect?
Thank you.
Commissioner Love?
No questions. Thank you, ma'am.
Commissioner Carver?
None, thank you.
Thank you.
My goodness. I do have one thing, Manager.
Sir.
We have a dirt turning over at the library?
It's scheduled hopefully for November 22nd. I don't think they could do the November 1st date, so we're looking at November 22nd tentatively.
Correct.
At 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Yeah, and we'll be sending out those invitations starting hopefully later this week.
Okay, thank you. We do have a closed session to discuss 2 items scheduled, so before we do that, let's go ahead and do our commissioner comments. Commissioner Carver.
Just want to revisit the whole idea of how much the staff is appreciated and what they do for us. There's a lot of concern, constituents that I talk about with the taxes and all that, and I think we do the best we can to give them a good bang for their buck. Anyway, I appreciate the staff in that regard. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Lovick.
First of all, great to have our county manager back tonight. Glad she's feeling good, and thank you for the job you do. Thank you again to all the veterans and the ones locally that are not veterans but provide for our local hometown fire, emergency, rescue, police, sheriff, and things like that. And there again, great job to our staff for what they do and finding monies to, help out with the budget process, and even our county commissioners having the voice to reach out and question and some of the things, can we get better rates, and which we did. So proud of that also, and proud of our board, so thank you for that. And, early voting started, so get out and vote. We've had a great turnout so far, and I'm glad to see people who's exercising their rights. So, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add one other concern. What's happening out in the western part of the state, the fact our heart goes out to those folks. I know we've made some efforts to try to alleviate some of the problems, and I know an awful lot of churches and nonprofits in Lee County have helped. But that's just such an overwhelming thing, and I'm just hoping that they know that they're on our hearts and minds. Thank you.
So one thing our county's actually gotten to do too, which I'm very proud of, our fire service is as good a shape as our county's in, was able to donate some equipment. That's one of the things we never think of. So their fire services and things were just devastated. So some of our local fire departments had some surplus equipment, was able to give that as far as equipment, turnout gear, fire trucks and things like that. So we're a blessed county.
Thank you. Commissioner Connect?
I'm good, thank you.
Commissioner Vorbeck?
No, sir.
Commissioner Reeves, please.
Yeah, I'd like to piggyback on what the commissioner just said regarding the people in the mountain. I've actually had the opportunity and/or misfortune to work on Hurricane Fran, Floyd, and Katrina. And if you've never seen it firsthand, you have no idea what it can be like. You have no idea. It is horrible. It is beyond what you can imagine. And more importantly, to have to help explain to people that you're going to be there for them when they have no hope at all. It is a tough, tough job. And my heart goes out to them because I know what they're going through. Thank you, sir.
Commissioner Sharp?
Yes, I was just looking at the list of things we have going on in Lee County as the county manager read over everything. There's, as you know, there's a lot going on, and I just want to commend every one of you guys that have a part in that. It's a lot of projects, a lot of things can go wrong, and hopefully they don't, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you. I do have a question for the manager and staff regarding Lee County was part of the declaration, emergency declaration from FEMA. Does that mean that we'll be reimbursed for some of the efforts that we've gone to the western counties?
We would probably get reimbursed for that irregardless of us being in the declaration, because we would bill those counties that we went and assisted, and they would get it. It's just like we did when we had the tornadoes come through and stuff, so.
Well, I heard we were declared, so I was curious why.
Yeah, we are trying to find out why we were included in that declaration, and then I don't know if they've gotten an answer yet. While I was, it came through late last week, and
Yeah,
I know Jennifer reached out to me and made me aware of it, and was trying to reach out to our emergency management director, Matt Britt, to find out why we might have been. I don't know that they've gotten an answer yet.
I got it from the governor's office, so I just said, okay, we'll accept it. Just to share with you, today started their crisis intervention team training at the Emergency Training Center at the community college. We have 5 Sanford police officers and 3 Lee County deputies participating in the 40 hours worth of training. Commissioner Reeves, I want to say glad to have you back, sir. And I do want to say you look good on TV. Your son's political ad has you all sitting there, and I'm impressed. You do look good, sir.
I resigned, that was 3 years ago.
Oh, that- 3 years ago. Oh, my word. Well, it keeps on giving. And just, again, reiterating what everyone else has said, to remember our western counties and the recovery, the horrible situations there. I can't stress enough that I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of drones flying over various areas. Some of them were well put together before and afters, and it's disheartening to see the damage that Mother Nature has perpetuated upon us. So please continue helping them, making contributions, donations. There's actually some volunteering efforts if you're interested in spending a day or two out there to get a hold of some agencies that will definitely employ your services. So please consider that. Without further ado,
Mr. Smith, can I?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to make one correction. On the sales tax numbers, I think Ms. Eisman had the original report that we corrected. Our sales tax for the first month of this fiscal year are actually down 8.8% from the previous year, last year. So I just wanted to make that correction to you. So hopefully we'll see a rebound of that quickly in the next couple months. But then, like we said, we are expecting to see an impact from what's happened in the western part of the state, and some of our sales tax is distributed per capita. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for that update. Commissioner Connect.
We go into closed session per NC statute 143-318-11A4 to discuss the matters relating to location expansion of a business, and also per NC statute 143-318-11A6 to consider qualification, compensate, performance of condition of appointment of a public officer or employee, prospective public officer or employee. Thank you.
Motion's been made to go into closed session. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. We're now in closed session. Thank you. We're going to stay here.
increase.
Are we ready, Bill? Yes, thank you. We ready? We're now back in open session. Cameras on. Do I have a motion, Commissioner Sharp?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we give the county manager a 1% increase in her salary.
Motion's been made to give the county manager a 1% increase in her salary due to her annual review. Any further discussion? Seeing none? all
Well,
the-
I'm sorry, excuse me. I am not going to support this motion, and I want you to understand that it doesn't have anything to do with the quality of Mrs. Minner. It has to do with setting a standard maybe for the future budgeting that says it's time to start tightening the belt on our salaries in general with with the people that do work in the county. And I think the place you start is with the people at the top. We are facing a COLA that's going to be a significant amount of money, and we know how much anxiety we had last year trying to make the budget work. So I feel like we just have a chance to make an expression of those facts. So that's why I want to make sure that you understand it's not because I'm unhappy with the county manager.
Thank you, sir. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed?
No.
Thank you. That's two. Two in opposition.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, I couldn't read the vote.
I was saying no.
Excuse me?
no, 2 no.
Oh, 2 noes. Okay.
Thank you very much. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion's been made to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are now adjourned. Please drive safely, wear your seatbelts, and no speeding.